Hey guys, it is Alex Angel. Thank you so much to my current and new subscribers. If you are watching my video for the first time, thank you so much for stopping by. Please feel free to like, share, and subscribe. That will help the channel grow. I'm here to perform your first half of September 2019 tarot readings. What you guys will see in September is more intuitive messages in addition to the tarot messages, and then also the angel card messages and the angel guidance cards that I use as well. I hope you guys have an amazing September. Thanks. Hi, Gemini. Welcome to your first half of September 2019 tarot reading. I am Alex Angel, and I'm sitting here meditating over your cards and shuffling your cards. So I will set my intention at the moment, and we will see what September holds for you, at least the first half. God, angels, archangels, and ancestors, please bless Gemini with whatever messages you have for them. All right, let's see what we have. Ooh, Ace of Swords, Six of Pentacles, Seven of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and my lovely Fool. Okay. Ace of Swords, darlings. Okay. Ace of Swords, clarity, communication. Okay. This feels like what I'm hearing intuitively is a newfound voice, a newfound vocal freedom. What's weird is that I'm also seeing some of you who sing, kind of like you get your voice back, right? Not only that, but your messages will ring out over whoever, whatever, the world. Your voices will ring out over, land and country, if you will. The Ace of Swords, again, usually does relate to clarity. What I'm also getting to is your mind and your mouth are in sync. Sometimes people are heavy thinkers, but, not the greatest communicators. Not for you, Gemini. What you're thinking, you're speaking, and what you're speaking, you're meaning, honey, especially for the first half of September. Okay. The next card up is the Six of Pentacles, my darlings. This is money. This is the balancing of money. This is materialism as well. I do kind of feel angels are saying to me, budgets. So for those of you, say for instance, who they're saying to me who have had an imbalance of money, especially as of late, I do feel like your finances and materialism will start to balance out. What I'm also kind of getting is robbing Peter to pay Paul, and then also those of you, as an example, who don't make enough to cover all of your bills, that will start to balance out. Okay. Next up is the Seven of Wands. Okay. The Seven of Wands usually has to do with exactly that, making tough decisions as far as, where you're at, where you're going, what you'll put up with and what you won't. This also shows an air of maybe a little defensiveness, which is basically you guys feeling like you have to protect. I would also say it feels like if you see like the building behind him, it looks like he's in front of a castle of some sorts, or at least his home. So it looks as though you may feel like you have had to defend your position, defend your home, be protective over your home. Yeah, and what I'm also thinking too, when it comes to finances and robbing Peter to pay Paul, this to me almost even feels like lifestyle choices. Okay, and putting home, family, and things of that nature at the forefront. The next card up is our Eight of Pentacles. I do kind of feel like for you, Gemini, you have gotten a lot better and more in sync with um, ideas and ways in which you will make money. So, as an example, if you want to be a doctor but you haven't gone to medical school, that is probably not going to work. Okay, so it kind of feels like you are more in alignment with materialism and how best to bring money into your lives. Okay, this is actually also a card too that says, studying, taking a trade, going back to school, something of that nature. It kind of feels like, there may be a couple of steps that you have to take, especially relating to educating yourself on the ways in which you're wanting to bring money in. Okay. So it also kind of feels like, those of you out there could be going to school. You could be trying to get your CDL. You may want to, obtain a certification. And with this, that definitely will bring more money in. The last card up is my lovely friend, the Fool. I love this card because this is the clean slate card, right? This is the card that basically says, you know what, sky's the limit. I'm at the very beginning of my journey. For those of you, you could be starting a new career. You could be starting a new job. You could be starting, a new business. It feels like you are at the very beginning of your journey. You could be in the discovery phase, trying to figure out, what's the best course of action when it comes to money, income, and your materialism. What I'm also hearing for you, Gemini, is keep going. You're on the right track. I do feel like there are those of you out there who have a lot of ideas about your next steps and where you actually want to wind up. Gemini is one of those signs that will never be short of money, by the way. You guys just have to figure out which side of the tree to tap into to get that money to flow. I know that's kind of a shitty analogy, but if there was one sign that could grow money on trees, by the way, it definitely will be Gemini. So angels are saying for you, continue going. You're on the right track. You have the right, I feel like you have the right frame of mind. You are on your way. What I'm also getting, they're saying you're getting closer to your jackpot, if that makes sense to some of you. Okay. So those are your tarot reading, your tarot cards. What I'm also going to do now is shuffle through your angel cards and see what messages the angels have for you. What I'm also hearing intuitively, Gemini, you have to be very, very careful about wearing yourself thin. And then angels also want you to stick to one thing. You tend to be scatterbrained sometimes. It's like, oh, I could do this, or oh, I could do that, or, how about I do these two things at once? First off, you could do whatever you want, okay? Especially you as a Gemini with the twins. You got one twin over here doing this, and you got another twin over here doing that. Like, you guys are the sign to do that, but what you have to be careful about, your Mercury, you're right there sitting right in front of the sun. You have to be very, very careful about burning out. Because Geminis is also one of those signs too, like Cedric the Entertainer said, or D.L. Hughley, it was one of them, Kings of Comedy. When certain people go on break, they break, okay? So I mean that to say, when you burn out, you will burn all the way out, darling. And we don't want that for you, okay? So be careful about taking on too much, burning the candles at both ends. You guys are a pretty quick sign as well. You struggle with patience like the rest of mankind, but especially Geminis, you have very deep-rooted issues with patience. So I do want you also to factor that in if you are going back to school. And yeah, you do want to do something medical. Maybe you don't want to spend the next 12 or 16 years in school because your patients won't allow it. So maybe a dental assistant or a nurse's assistant or a registered nurse. God bless registered nurses, by the way. I love you guys so much. You guys are the real healers to me. But anyway, Gemini, just make sure that whatever it is, whatever your endeavors are, they're completely in line with, again, who you are and the amount of attention and energy that you have to give towards something. Also, what I'm getting in respect to the Ace of Swords is angels are continuing to say or saying to continue to speak your truth. Okay, I do feel like that's exactly what that communication is going to be about, is setting your intentions, but also making sure and notifying people of your identity. You know, be exactly who you are and make sure that your words are in line with exactly who you are. And I'm getting that I can pause. And I didn't even look at the card, I just held it up. Um, this card is obviously harmony. And I absolutely love, love, love this for you, Gemini. And the reason being is because I kind of feel like you guys are always in turmoil. I feel like that's because of your dual nature. You know, you're hot, cold, you know, up, down, in, out, black, white. You know, it's almost like you're always teetering back and forth from one energy to another. And I just kind of feels like, you know, it kind of feels like you guys will start to slow down. You know, it's ironic that the seasons are changing and we are moving into the colder colder time of the year. So I do kind of feel like, especially the last half of this year will do you guys well. It'll give you time to rest, recharge, and relax, and you will find harmony and peace. All right, Gemini, that was actually an awesome reading. If you are interested in booking a personal reading, my contact details are in the description. Have a great first half of September, Gemini. I'm wishing you guys the best.